Hello, everyone, and welcome in to the Cougar Den here on the campus of Phoenix Christian High School. My name is Nicholas Pietrzycki. Thank you for tuning in between this matchup between your Phoenix Christian Cougars and the visiting Northland Prep Academy Spartans. Spartans making the 2-hour and 17-minute journey down from Flagstaff, taking the dip in altitude, coming to the state's capital to play the Cougars. Bryce Anderson easily wins the tip-off over Delani Hansen, standing at 5'9", and we are underway. Anderson finds Don Paris low in the paint, and he puts it in for a 2. Pass intercepted by Malachi Moore-Neal. Cougars not shy to pressing early in this game. Guerrero pumps out of the corner 3 and dishes to Sandoval. He's talking to Xavier pregame, and not probably the wisest of meal choices as travel called against Ruben Guerrero. Probably not the smartest of meals. He said he went to McDonald's, had a little bit of a McDonald's slushy ice, not ice cream cone, but more of a snow cone, if you will, he said. Says his stomach was hurting a little bit, but seems to be fine and active running up and down the court. Jaden Joyner running the point. Pass intercepted by Sandoval. He can't get there. Official, near side official, doing his best job to try to get out of that one, and only so much you can do in that position when you're supposed to be right there. Anderson almost with an interception. Ball eventually finding the hands of Paris and quickly that of Hansen. Mid-range jumper off the mark. Dylan Mortensen contested by Paris. Moore-Neal kicks it out. Sandoval kicks to Anderson. His 3 off the mark. Rebound grabbed by Paris. Guerrero's follow-up 3. Yes! Ruben Guerrero also was a potential question mark, along with Xavier Sandoval coming into tonight. But he is active and out there and has the first 3-pointer made of the game. Northland following up with a 3-pointer of their own, courtesy of Ian Karen. We'll get into more why Ruben was questionable as the trip to the hospital caused a scare amongst the Cougars. Stick around for the rest of that story. Under 6 minutes to play. Travel called against Moore-Neal. Starting lineup for the visiting Northland Prep Spartans: Delani Hansen, Jaden Joyner, Ian Karen, Dylan Mortensen, and Sawyer Gordon. And for your Phoenix Christian Cougars: Ruben Guerrero, Xavier Sandoval, Malachi Moore-Neal, Dominic Paris, and Bryce Anderson. Mid-range floater good from Gordon. Sandoval gets out of a double team. Alley-oop attempt to Anderson. He maintains possession and puts it up. Not the flashy way to get 2 points, but they all count the same. Cougars lead by 5. Deep 3 from Gordon. Trying to bank it in and couldn't find the ATM. No look pass to Guerrero from Anderson. No good. Hansen driving it. Shot nowhere near the rim from Hansen. Moore-Neal spin moves up with the right. No good. Spartans making it difficult for Cougars to get any points in the paint. Layup off the mark. That was Ian Karen. 4:12 left to play. Cougars lead 7-2. Guerrero finds Paris. Cross-court pass, Sandoval. Sandoval pump fakes and drives in. Kicks it to Anderson. He'll get his own rebound and put it in. You see right away Spartans not making it easy for Malachi Morneal, Bryce Anderson. Anytime either of those two players getting near the paint, an immediate double team as Sandoval rips the pockets of Hansen. Remains Spartan ball. Gio Young and Achilles Lopez checking in for their first action tonight. Paris and Guerrero checking out. Spartans driving, blocked by Anderson. Morneal, Young, three, no good. Rebound hauled in by Mortensen. Fans want to travel. Ref says no. Pass intercepted by Gio Young. Here he goes on the fast break. Off the backboard pass to Morneal. Oh, it would have been a highlight reel play. Ref wants the net fixed. Ball remains in the Cougars' court. And boy, what a play would that have been. Deep passes from Sandoval to Young. We'll play a game of hot potato. Young's three. Off the mark. He gets his own rebound. Morneal under the basket and in and one. Last game against Phoenix Country Day. Malachi Morneal, 23 points, not a season high. That came earlier in the season against ALA. Really, last game, it was the Bryce Anderson show. 36 points, a couple blocks, some assists in there as well. And all in all, good day. Morneal, the athletic catch. Young mid-range jumper, good. Cougars lead by 11, 2:02 left to play. Spartans working it around the arc. Air ball collected by Gio Young. Anderson cherry picking down low, and he's fouled. Spartans want absolutely nothing to do with Bryce Young down low.
Bryce Anderson at the line for two.
Anderson already with 4 points on the night. That point total holds at 4. Anderson 0 for 2. Under a minute 40, 13-12 Cougar lead. Hansen. Offensive foul. Goes against Mortensen. Moving screen, feet weren't set. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but you heard Sandoval say it right away. Yeah, that way. Another Spartan foul, this one against Hansen. Young to inbound. Sandoval gets a screen from Moore Neal. Cross-court pass finds Young. Corner three. No good. Rebound. Almost hauled in by Lopez.
Into the Spartans lineup. Number 3, Hudson Purcell. Number 11, Jaden Jordan.
Hudson Purcell checking in for the Spartans for his first action tonight. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Hansen driving, dishes it off. Corner three, no good from Gordon. Anderson wanted the alley-oop, couldn't get it. Anderson, jab, three, yes! Anderson with 7 points on the night, under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. A lot of basketball still to come up. Hansen holding, trying to get the last shot of the quarter. Three off the front of the rim, rebounded by the Spartans. Gio Young rips the pockets. A 2-on-2, up for more. Neal.
Fouls on number 1.
Fouls on Hansen.
His second, 15th foul. Malachi at the line.
Head coach Brett Hansen saying Hansen boxed out. Officials saying we have it under control. Malachi Moore Neal going to the line, shoot two. You know, it seems about once every game that one of these Cougars is jumping out of the gym, whether it's Moore Neal, whether it's Anderson. It's usually those two. Sometimes you have an occasional Zaire Smith getting up in the air as well. Moore Neal 1 for 2 from the line. He has 3 in the first quarter. Full court haul,
At the end of the first quarter,
nowhere
your
near
Cougars
from
lead
Gordon.
17-2. Make some noise, man.
Cougars lead the Spartans 17-2. Leading scores for the Cougars in the first quarter. Anderson with 7. Moore Neal with 3. Ruben Guerrero also with 3. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in a moment. Welcome back into the Cougar Den. Spartans get the ball to start the second quarter of action. Quick three off the front of the rim, no good from Keon Kahadabi. Mortensen just unable to control. Anderson immediately double teamed by the Spartans. Down low to Paris. Pass from Sandoval, maybe had a little too much heat on it. A combo that Cougar fans will be used to hearing. Sandoval to Paris, both starters to start the year on the Phoenix Christian football team under coach Jason Kindred. Cougars relentless, pass eventually intercepted by Anderson. He'll take it himself. Now dishes it off to Guerrero, corner three. no good. Put back Malachi Moore-Neal.
Put back.
Sandoval rips pockets. Here comes Guerrero one-on-one. Layup, no good. Dunk by Bryce Anderson.
For Bryce Anderson.
Not sure if Guerrero was intending to do that or not, but either way, it'll look good on YouTube. Three, no good. Goes all the way back to Gordon, who shot it. Spartans looking for their next shot. Only have mustered 2 points here to start the game.
Spartans ball.
Ball stays in the Spartans' court.
Number 21, Zaire Smith.
Zaire Smith checking in for Paris. Kahadaby finds Purcell. Gordon gets ripped by Zaire Smith. Sandoval finds Guerrero. Anderson immediately double teams Zaire Smith. A dribble, a spin, and a basket.
Bucket down low for Zaire.
Timeout called by Spartans.
30-second time.
Cougars with 5:39 remaining until halftime lead 23-2. Ruben Guerrero with 3 points on the night, almost didn't play at all and would have been an inactive scratch. Last night, a bit of a scare for the junior guard, as he said his heart was racing as fast as it's ever been in his life, so took a trip to the ER. Heart rate eventually calmed down, but when asked what happened, he said he got this year's flu shot and then went and ate some Chinese food, so he said maybe a little too much MSG. The Guerrero back to playing strength. Heart rate down to normal, active beat per minute, and he's out there on the floor. Guarding Karen. Layup coming, no good. Foul by Zaire Smith.
Number 21, Zaire Smith.
Ethan McKay,
First team foul.
a trip to the line.
Ethan Mackey at the line for 2.
McKay's first off the back of the rim. McKay, very sneaky, ripping pockets himself. We've seen the Cougars do it a lot here tonight. According to the Spartans Max Preps account, averages about 1.9 steals a game. Moore-Neal, some quick passes from the Cougars, ends in 2.
Down low for 2.
It was Anderson to Smith to Moore-Neal. Tough layup off the mark for Mortensen. Sandoval finds Anderson. Euro step, left-handed effort, good.
With the left hand.
Ruben Guerrero finds a loose ball, tries to put it up, but can't. And that's one he'll certainly want back. A big mistake by the Spartans, as the Cougars remain relentless in their pursuit of the ball. No look pass. Mid-range jumper, good from Ian Karen. And the Spartans with their first basket in the second half. No look pass to Guerrero, good.
Pass down low. Ruben for 2.
What a pass from Bryce Anderson. The no-look pass ends in an assist. Pull-up jumper, no good. Cougars lead by 25. Anderson driving. Morneal kicks it out to Sandoval. In for Zaire Smith. No good. He'll get his own rebound and put it back.
Puts it back for 2.
Cougars lead 31-4. 3.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Pass poked away by Guerrero. Cougars go in transition. Zaire Smith, easy layup.
Nice pass. Xavier Sandoval to Zaire Smith.
And a timeout, full timeout taken by the Spartans with 3:10 remaining in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in a moment. Welcome back into the Cougar Den. Joyner driving, dishes it out. Hansen, 3, no good. Rebound by Javian Willis. Willis seeing his first action here tonight. Sandoval drives, right-handed layup, good.
Sandoval through traffic for 2.
Almost seemed too easy for the senior point guard. He makes a basket and then makes,
His first, second team foul.
or I should say rather gets his first foul. He's trying to reach in a little too much. Anderson checks out, Morneal checks in. Morneal able to get a quick breather, maybe get some water and catch his breath. 3, shot no count. Joyner with an offensive foul. Cougars lead by 31. Under 2.5 minutes to play.
Fouls on number 1.
Hansen
Delani
with a
Hansen,
push.
Third, second team foul.
Hansen already with 3 fouls here. Not halftime yet. If he gets another one, you might not see much more of Hansen. Hansen did start today. Averages 4.1 points a game and about a rebound and an assist as well. Young. Smith tries to find Lopez in the paint. Pass intercepted away. Under 2 minutes to play. Joyner. Passes out of a potential 3. Intercepted by Malachi Morneal. The gym is ready. Bam!
With the two-handed jam.
The fans were ready, and they got what they wanted. Follow-up shot blocked by Zaire Smith. Smith, Euro step, layup, good!
Euro for 2.
Smith now with 8, Morneal with 9. Cougars lead 39-4. Pass, or rather, ball poked out by Moore Neal. Three from Karen, no good. Smith rebounds. Had a little trouble with the ball. Now finds Young cross court. Moore Neal in low post. Yes!
Malachi with his own putback for 2.
Under a minute to play here in the first half. Cougars lead 41-4. Moore Neal almost with an interception. Spartan ball. Dom Paris checking in for Moore Neal. Ball eventually finds the hands of Achilles Lopez. Lopez finds Smith. Another Euro step. Yes!
Slicing through the lane for 2.
Zaire Smith now with 10 on the night. And he's looking at a potential new season high. Floater off the mark from Joyner. Coach Stryzak says hold it for the last 20 seconds. Smith tries to find Lopez. Ball still on the ground. He'll put it up. No good. And that's the last shot of the first half. 16 gone, 16 to go. Cougars 43, Spartans 4. Biggest lead of the game, and one would assume the season for the Cougars, as they lead by 39. 9 minutes and 45 seconds of halftime. And after that, we'll be back with some more Phoenix Christian basketball here on the Phoenix Christian Basketball YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third quarter here between your Phoenix Christian Cougars and the Northland Prep Spartans. For those of you that might have just tuned in, we welcome you in. And you missed a very, very emphatic first half for the Cougars as they currently lead 43-4. 4 Phoenix Christian players outscoring the Spartans single-handedly. Anderson being one of them as he dishes it out to Sandoval. Anderson, top shelf three, bang!
Bryce Anderson, nothing but net.
Had a chance to talk to Coach Ben Stryzak at halftime on, when you're up by 39, now 42, there's not a whole lot more you can do. However, the one thing he did say is on defense, as you see Xavier Sandoval ripping the pockets and still keeping it. Right-handed layup, good. But you saw one of the things that Coach Stryzak emphasized at halftime, get your arms up when you're on defense. He said a lot of times guys' hands were down in their pockets, below their waist, above your waist at your hands. That's what he said he wants to see a lot more of. See that right away. 3 from Hansen. Off the mark, rebound Paris. Ruben Guerrero, corner 3. No good, follow-up. I believe that was by Paris, actually. Trying to track the ball. Mid-range jumper, no good by Gordon. Spartans still with only 2 field goals made here tonight. Anderson, 3 once again, no good. That would have put the Cougars over 50. In response, a deep 3, Gordon off the rim. Spartans really struggling offensively. Sandoval trying to find Paris, guarded closely by Mortensen. Remains in the Cougars' court. Guerrero to inbound. Guerrero thought about a deep 3, and remember that he's not Steph Curry. More Neal, layup, no good. He gets his own putback. A timeout called by the Spartans and Coach Brett Hansen. 5:20 left to play here in the third quarter. Cougars lead the Spartans 50-4. Earlier in the season against Basis Phoenix, Cougars won 84-19. That was the most points they've scored in a game, as well as the least amount of points they've allowed. Cougars trying to keep this game way out of reach and really just pile on as many points as possible. Pass almost intercepted by Morneal. Guerrero dishes it to Morneal, who loses it. Sandoval thought it was Cougar ball for a second, went to take the inbound himself. Hansen driving baseline, kicks it out into the stands. That's why you got to keep your head on the swivel at all sporting events, you know. Some more than others. Baseball comes to mind, but basketball, you're right there in the stands. Maybe football, not so much, just an occasional ball thrown into the stands as celebration. But no matter what sporting event it is, you got to make sure that an alley-oop to Anderson. Guerrero's follow-up, no good. Keep your head in a swivel just like you have to do there on the court. You never know where the ball might be. No look pass from Sandoval to Paris. Quick three from the Spartans off the backboard. Sandoval thought he had a block on Mortensen, but instead Mortensen goes to the line to shoot two. A whole load of substitutions coming in for the Cougars. Only Cougar staying on the floor is Sandoval. Hansen checking out for Purcell for the Spartans. Mortensen's first off the mark. And Mortensen goes 1 for 2 from the line. He has 1 point on the night. Young passes up a three. One of the biggest philosophies of Coach Stryzak is Willis's three off the mark. Is maybe not the best example there, but you hear what Coach Stryzak preaches in the locker room before games and after games as Zaire Smith with the reach in, but
Second team foul.
almost a steal for the sophomore forward. We're here Coach Stryzak say is, are you going to pass up a good shot so your teammate can get a great shot? As there's some great defense from Achilles Lopez. Behind the back pass to Smith, and he can't put it away. Young almost ends up with it instead. Spartans come the other way. Kick out,
Charge.
but a charge taken by Willis. Shot was no good. Finally finished the thought. Coach Stryzak says, are you willing to give up a good shot to give your teammate a great shot? And you really see that's the mentality. No one embodies it more than Xavier Sandoval there. Behind the back pass, seeing that Zaire Smith is open with a better shot than what he would have had, as he does it right there again to Achilles Lopez, who puts it up. No good. Willis, good.
Cheeky cleans it up for two.
See there, Sandoval more than willing to dish it off, as really everyone on this Cougar team, but Sandoval being the point guard is going to get a majority of the focus. Mid-range jumper, no good by Karen.
Fouls on number 21.
He gets his own rebound and draws a foul. Zaire Smith with 3 fouls. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter of action. Step back three, Karen off the front of the iron. Sandoval staying back and takes it up. Off the foot of Sandoval, trying to dish it off to Smith on the far side arc. Sandoval rips the pockets of the Spartans. And now Northland Prep with an advantage, but not for long. Three, good by Purcell. Cougars lead 54-8 as Sandoval takes some time. Gets a nice screen from Lopez and draws the foul.
Fouls on number 23, Dylan Mortensen, his second team foul.
Mortensen, the guilty culprit, his second foul of the game. Smith saves it from being a backcourt violation. Tries to find Moore Neal, who is recently subbed in. Mid-range jumper, off the mark. Smith driving, and is blocked. But Smith does draw the foul.
Fouls on number 24, Sawyer Gordon, his first. Third team foul, Zy Smith at the line.
Zaire Smith will go to the line to shoot 2. Smith's first free throw, up and in. And Smith now with 11 on the night. Smith 2 for 2. Three for Purcell, off the mark. And Lopez with a double dribble. Lopez just trying to get out of traffic. I don't think he meant to really dribble at all, but sometimes when the ball feels like it has butter on it, you got to just do some things to get it out. Mid-range jumper, no good for Mortensen. Young, pull up 3, no good. And a fast break for the Spartans. Young tries to block it but can't. Purcell now with 5 on the night. Smith, follow-up layup, and 1!
Count the basket.
And Zaire Smith with a new season high of 14 points and a chance to add some more with under a minute to play in the third quarter. Smith 3 for 3 from the line. Purcell in a bit of trouble, has to pass out. Just a little bit closer of a three-pointer attempt from Kahadaby. Falls short. Willis, corner 3. No good.
Fouls on number 0, Achilles Lopez, his first.
Falls on Achilles Lopez, his first
Fourth team foul.
of the night. Pass blocked and then one-handed intercepted by Zaire Smith. Dishes it off to Moore Neal. Yes!
Great dish from Zy Smith.
Moore Neal and Smith both with 15 points on the night, outscoring the Spartans single-handedly.
At the end of the third quarter,
Shot was close, but ultimately to no avail. And with 8 minutes left to play in the game, one quarter, if you will, the Cougars lead the Spartans 61-10. We'll take a quick break and be back with the start of the fourth quarter on the Phoenix Christian Basketball YouTube channel. We welcome you back into the fourth and more than likely final quarter of action from the Cougar Den. Cougars leading the Spartans 61-10. And Northland Prep, well under 8 minutes away from taking a very long and sad 2.5-hour bus ride back up to Flagstaff. Guerrero ending up with the ball. Neal can't control it.
Spartans ball.
To give some of you listening at home a reference point, as a three from Spartans, nowhere near the rim. In fact, an air ball, nothing but net, if you will, from Ian Caron, I beg your pardon. On November 21st, Northland Prep played Glendale Prep at home. Glendale Prep beating them by 17 points, 59-42. In their most recent game, however, Northland Prep beating the Pinion Eagles 71-48 in the final game of the Yvonne Johnson Memorial Shootout taking place as Anderson, a two-handed jam. That's what the Phoenix Christian fans came out here to see. Bryce Anderson, Malachi Morneal throwing down some jams using their athletic ability. When you look at who Northland has played to, another team that Cougar fans will see in a few days, Fountain Hills. Fountain Hills beating Northland by 30, 55-25, as that three off the mark and hauled in by Guerrero. Anderson, another jam, but he misses it. Paris grabs the rebound. Jump ball and possession arrow in favor of the Cougars. When you look at the teams similarly that Northland Prep has played, that Phoenix Christian has played, you see why the Cougars are leading by this much. And Fountain Hill Falcons, Cougar fans will see them here at the Cougar Den in a few days. We'll talk more about that after this game wraps up. With a running clock, Cougars up 63-10. So no more stoppages except for coaches and officials' timeouts. Other than that, clock continues to run per AIA rules. Purcell loses the ball and finds it. Three, bang, from Joyner. Jaden Joyner with his first points on the night. Anderson, with pressure from behind, gets out of it, finds Paris, Sandoval. Anderson's three, no good, put back jam off the mark by Malachi Morneal. Double team and a foul on Sandoval.
His third. First team foul.
See a load of bench players coming in once again. Only Cougar staying out there, Bryce Anderson. Now on the floor for the Cougars, Anderson, Smith, Willis, Young, and Lopez. Out there on the floor for the Spartans, Gordon, Joyner, Mortensen, Hansen, and McKay. Under 3:50 to play. Pass saved by Gordon from going out of bounds. Corner three, Gordon. Yes. Sawyer Gordon now with 5 and tied with Purcell for the leading scorer tonight. Willis, 3. off the front of the iron. 3 Joyner, no good. Rebound by Willis, tipped up beautifully to himself. Euro, put back by Bryce Anderson. It's one of the things that teams in the future really have to look out for facing Phoenix Christian. Their awareness around the rim and around the paint. Anderson, Malachi Mornier, Zaire Smith, even Guerrero as Willis fouls.
Fouls on number 2,
Karen
Javian Willis.
helps him up.
His first, second team foul.
But their awareness around the rim, you see about 10 to probably 20 times a game, Malachi Mornier, Bryce Anderson, even sometimes it's Ruben Guerrero or Achilles Lopez, if you will, around the rim, getting those touchbacks, getting those second chance points as Karen misses his first free throw.
The Cougar lineup, Malachi Mornier, number 44, Bryce Anderson.
Ian's mother, a coach, Coach Karen, one of the 2 bench coaches. Karen 0 for 2. Achilles Lopez checks out and dribbles. You love to see the big man get a chance to show what he's worth in dribbles. Zaire Smith, his shot off the mark. Lopez with a jump ball. Possession error in favor of the Spartans, even though the scorer's table says Cougars, but don't think it's been changed quite yet. Under a minute and a half left to play. Cougars lead by 49. Willis finds the ball and then tries to find Young. Intercepted by Joyner. His free layup, good. Zaire Smith, mid-range jumper, off the mark. Rebound Young. He's surrounded by a horde of maroon jerseys. Jump ball now in favor of the Cougars. 46.5 seconds to play. And the clock is stopped for the time being. Pass is tipped by Karen. Cadeby, floater, off the mark. Rebound by McKay. Out of bounds, Cougar ball, and this might be the last shot of the half as Coach Stryzek says to hold it to Zai, but ends up being more Neal, and looks like that will do it here from the Cougar Den as Zaire Smith is just gonna dribble this one out, dribble out of a double team, but no shot. And that will do it here from the Cougar Den. Final, Cougars 65, Spartans 18. Cougars, a defensive game for the ages, as that is now their lowest tally on the season. Cougars previously have allowed 19 points on 2 separate occasions against Bourgade Catholic and Basis Phoenix, but now 18 points, their new lowest defensive total. Thank you so much to those of you that have tuned in here on the Phoenix Christian Basketball YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Coming up next, Cougars back at home on Monday, taking on the Falcons of Fountain Hills. That game is set for an 8 p.m. start. So for those used to 7 p.m. starts like myself, it's an hour later at 8 p.m. So just make sure your calendars and watches and notifications are set accordingly. Monday, 8 p.m. against Fountain Hills. Then after that, it's all region games for the Cougars against Mountainside, Highland Prep twice, Glendale Prep again, Basis Phoenix, Northland Prep, and then Mountainside. The games against Mountainside on the 18th, as well as The grudge match against the Spartans and Northland Prep on February 1st will not be streamed. Those two games a little too far away for the equipment to travel, as Zaire Smith enjoys a celebratory Sprite. That's valid. I also am a big fan of Sprite myself. Sprite over 7-Up any day. But that'll do it for myself here on the Phoenix Christian Basketball YouTube channel. Thank you so much to those that have tuned in here. And at any point so far this season, we appreciate your support of Phoenix Christian Basketball. We'll see you on Monday. Take care, folks.